Murray & Roberts was established in 1902 and offers construction, civil, mechanical, electrical and process engineering.
Yes, so that's a long time to have been in business. It's certainly a market leader in this space. Interesting though, in recent times it's been through a rights issue to recapitalize the business. It has had quite a number of very high profile contractual disputes with customers. I'm thinking Dubai Airport, I'm thinking Gautrain project, the Medupi works, which they're significantly involved in, also look as though they're heading for some kind of scrap with regard to final payment.
Market cap here, 5.9 billion rand, PE ratio of 6.1 and no dividend yield. This is the one that has fallen from grace.
This is probably the worst one out of all the ones we're going to discuss today. I mean, when you look at the share price, it goes from, in the glory years, goes from 3 rand to 100 rand. I mean, it was just the most wonderful share to own. And now it's not quite, but it's almost gone back to 3 rand again. So very, very difficult times. And, you know, when you get all of these disputes and all the funny things happen, and they're having problems with their Australian subsidiary, things aren't going so well for them in Australia, I'm afraid you've just got to sit back.
Henry Last at the helm here. Let's just have a look at the share price graph to give some context for the discussion.
What Wayne is talking about is that it goes from 3 rand to over 100 before you can see the beginning of this chart. That's back from like 2002, 3, all the way up to the height of the market in 08. Then it all kind of comes tumbling down. And since then, it's gone lower and lower and lower and lower, and it's back at 13. So you've gone from 3 to 100 up plus, and now back to 13. It's been very disappointing.
Could this be the biggest potential for value unlock to buy it at 13 rand,
That's
Wayne?
the problem, though. You could have bought it 2 or 3 years ago as a value, and it turned out to be a value trap. Now, at some stage, they are going to go up. Everything's cyclical, but I just can't see it in the short term. Now, I mean, they've had, as we've spoken about, they've had endless problems, but they talk a lot about restructuring and they seem to be on the road. Now, this is only one of the 2 companies that we're talking about where earnings actually went up. And when you read their commentary, they're quite confident. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, but they're quite confident that the worst is behind them. But I'm still, unfortunately, very skeptical. You know, their turnover was down, their order book was down massively. They've gone through, you know, the classic company in distress, restructuring, sale, non-core assets, discontinued operations. You know, when you read the statements, those are all the words you see. And this shows obviously a company in some difficulty, and I'll sit back.
But is it going to disappear?
No, it won't disappear.
That's the question here. Can it recover?
It can, and obviously it depends on the kind of contract work they get. But of the issues outstanding of a contractual nature, they've got a positive resolution on one of the Gautrain projects, but there's still the ingress of the water in the section from Sandton to Park Station. The issues out in Australia, which is the company Clough, that's the company they own out there, that has not been well affected by a big decline in the oil and gas projects that it specialized in. So oil and gas projects obviously getting deferred. That's sort of liquefied natural gas off the Australian coast, that kind of thing. It'll be fine. I mean, Henry Last is a very experienced operator. They'll curb costs. They'll rejig the business. As regards the share price, who knows? Alan Gray owns 15% of it. They think it's going higher.
Hot or not?
Not hot.
Not hot. Hot or not, Paul Turan?
No, not hot for me either, I'm afraid.